Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be full of cleaning motivation, and I hope you guys are ready because it is a long one. It's going to be a lot of fun. I am excited to bring you guys along with basically my entire day. So this is a Friday. I don't do this every single day of the week, but on Fridays I do try to focus more on the house and getting it cleaned and organized going into the weekend. I'm also going to share with you guys one of our dinners that we're having. I like to do the cook and clean with me videos. I just feel like it's more of a look at the cleaning and the homemaking and recipe ideas and all that. It just kind of adds a new layer to all the cleaning and whatnot. So I hope you guys enjoy that. But I've got my older kiddos going on their schoolwork and I needed to come in and get the kitchen straightened up. So I do have the kids do some morning chores every now and then. This morning, it just did not happen. We all had a late start to our day. So I've got my older ones doing their schoolwork. I am unloading the dishes from the night before and then getting our breakfast dishes cleaned up. And then I really like to tidy up the kitchen first thing in the morning. I'm not somebody that can kind of work around the messes. Even when I cook, I need things clean and tidy. So I usually come in here and straighten everything up, and then the rest of the cleaning is just going to be throughout the day, off and on throughout their schooling. You guys can see I've got Abby with me. She's always close by. She really likes to help, and you guys will see her quite a bit through this video. So I hope you guys are excited. I am super excited to get going in it.
You make me strong. I'll carry on with the fire that's left in me. You lifted me higher, you're my heartbeat. Taking the fire out in me. You're taking me higher, 'cause you are the fire that's left in me. That's left in me.
So you guys know that I love the Mrs. Meyer's baking soda cream cleaner, and I haven't had it for a while, but my Grove Collaborative order had arrived the night before and I was super excited to clean the sink with it this morning. I've been using the dish soap and it does an okay job. It cleans everything, but I really love the baking soda cream cleaner because the smell of it and the grit that's in the cleaner, it just does such a good job of pulling everything off and making it kind of shiny, and it smells really clean. I like the way that it smells. It just, I don't know, it feels like it gets everything so much cleaner, and then it does sort of shine and polish everything as well. So it is absolutely my favorite product to use on my stovetop and on my sinks. So I was really excited to clean with it this morning. Another product that I received the night before from my Grove order was the ginger pomelo countertop spray from Caldrea, and I love Caldrea, but I've never tried the ginger pomelo, so I was a little apprehensive. Every time I try a new scent, I'm always a little bit nervous, but I was really happy with this one. Caldrea is just such a good line when it comes to their fragrances and the aroma. It lingers so pleasantly. They're nice and rich and strong, but not in an overwhelming way, and I just feel like they linger in your home so well, and they just leave everything so incredibly fresh. So I was really happy with the ginger pomelo. I think probably the rosewater driftwood is still my favorite, and I do love the sea salt neroli, but I was really happy with this one.
You make me strong. I'll carry on with the fire that's left in me. You lifted me higher, you're my heart.
And cleaning like this is usually what my days look like. I don't have too many days where everything is really that focused. It's a lot of cleaning in between schooling, around all their messes and whatnot, their school pages. And that's just something that I think is a reality that you live with when you homeschool and you have a lot of kids. The kids get older and they start having more responsibilities and they're more self-sufficient. It's just a thing that you cannot control as much, the messes and the cleanup times and whatnot. When they're little, it's fairly easy to have everything really structured and you can get things done during nap time. And I've obviously lost that. I mean, Abby has her nap time still, but my older ones are always up and always making messes and, snacks and things like that. It's just, you don't have the structure that you did have when they were little. So it wasn't really something I gave a whole lot of thought of when they were little, but now that they're older, I can look back on it and be like, man, I was able to keep things a lot more scheduled and structured when they were younger, and it's harder to do now that they're older. So this is how I love to have the kitchen on school mornings. I like to just come in and tidy up, and this probably took me about 10 minutes or so to do. And then I've got laundry that I'm going to be doing throughout the day. So I had done some kids' laundry the night before, and I'm going to be getting that put away. But this is a load for my husband and I, so I'm just getting our light load in, and then I'm going to get going on the responsibilities upstairs.
Wake me up, I'm getting tired of sleep. Think I've had enough. I've been gone, but haven't done much healing. It's pretty clear to me. Kinda strange how I can take a beat from my better self. It's like no one else even really scratches the surface.
Okay, like I said, the kitchen cleanup, that took me about 10 minutes or so. The kids were doing their Bible videos. Those are usually about 30 minutes. So I still had some time before they were done with those videos. And with those videos, they really just, listen and participate, work on their memory verses and sing some songs and whatnot. It's a lot like Sunday school. So I don't need to be down there with them. And I like to try to get as much done in that time as I can. So in my previous videos, you guys have heard me talk about our morning routines. I do have the kids tidy up, and the older kids had done that. They had made their beds and whatnot this morning. So I just wanted to come in and get Abby's bed made because I hadn't had a chance to do that. Again, we had just a crazy late morning. And then, like I said, I had done their laundry the day before. So she had a load in here that I wanted to get put away. And I just wanted to take care of this real quick before I needed to stop all the cleaning and focus a little more on the older kids and their school for a bit.
Nobody gets me. I'm looking for faith, looking for love in every direction. I'm looking for someone to show me the way when my map is torn up. Give me a light when my torch is blown out. Let me escape from my hideaway. I give up all of my little addictions, but I'm still stuck with some tough decisions, yeah. Now I'm up against the wall, and I'm looking for your attention. Wide awake and I'm just scared away for a better chance at a great romance, and I'm just not getting any breath.
All right, so at this point, it is later in the morning. So the kids and I've done a good chunk of their schoolwork this morning. So I think this was probably just before 11 o'clock or so. And I have them eat lunch anywhere between like 11:30 to 12:30, somewhere in that hour. But this morning, it was going to get pushed back later just because, again, we had a late start. So I wanted to get their laundry put away and get their room cleaned up. And I've mentioned this before. They will have their playtime and their breaks and such. But if they have cleaning they need to do, if they have a lot of energy that they just need to get out, I try to channel it in a productive way with having them help me. So with the boys, it's always a challenge getting them to help with their laundry. They're getting a little bit better, but it's probably the thing that they're most resistant on. They'll come in here and they'll clean up, but they do not like fiddling with the hangers and stuff. So I wanted to get that done out of the way. It just seems so much harder when I leave it for the late afternoon. They tend to have a little more of an attitude about it. So wanted to get this done, and then they were building a fort. They've actually been working on this and changing it and playing around with it for quite a few days. So I let them leave their magnetile fort up, but the rest of the room, I just wanted to get it tidied up real quick. And then Nora is also in her room cleaning up.
Nobody gets me. I'm looking for faith, looking for love in every direction. I'm looking for someone to show me the way when my map is torn up. Give me a light when my torch is blown out. Let me escape from my hideaway. I give up all of my little addictions, but I'm still...
All right, so now it is lunchtime. It's about noon, and the kiddos had done some more of their schoolwork. So while they were eating, I did want to get things tidied up in the living room. I'm going to be putting Abby to bed, so I wanted to get the vacuuming done. So you guys will notice Nora is in the chair in the corner. She's actually not eating lunch. She's been fighting off a cold for the past couple of days, so she wasn't feeling like eating today. So the boys are eating, Abby's eating, but she was just resting and taking a break in the chair. And normally she's great about helping. She'd probably be getting up and helping, but she's pretty tired. So she was just sitting and reading with a book. And like I said, I just wanted to get the vacuuming done before Abby took her nap. So I'm just taking advantage of them in the kitchen, eating their lunch, and I wanted to get this done real quick.
And I'm looking for your attention. I gave up all of my little addictions, but I'm still stuck with some tough decisions, yeah. Now I'm up against the wall, and I'm looking for your attention. And I'm looking for your attention. I'm looking for your attention. Looking for your attention. I'm looking for your attention. I've seen those faces, I've heard all the lies, but you ain't getting...
All right, at this point, I've got Abby down for her nap, and we are in the home stretch for the schoolwork for the day. So my older kiddos are just getting wrapped up. They've got like language and history and penmanship. And with those lessons, I don't really need to be right there with them. So I usually take the time to get some afternoon cleaning done, and I just wanted to get the DVDs straightened up. These were a horrible mess. My older kids, Abby will get into them and she'll pull out the DVDs. And of course, the older kids don't want to take the time to put them away in the right case. So I need to come through and organize them. I talked with you guys in one of my previous videos that the only reason we have the DVDs is because we have a DVD player in our car. And if we didn't have that, I would not have them. I've actually been slowly building up our Amazon library because if we could do away with the DVDs, I absolutely would. It's just one more thing to store that is just a constant point of contention for me, but we do still have them, and I really wanted to go through and get them organized, and then I needed to get this dusted. Dusting is one of the chores that I just always forget to do, and before I know it, I'm like, how is there a layer of dust on this? How long has it been since I've dusted that? I don't know about any of you guys, but dusting is just an issue for me.
In denial, 'cause you want dollar bills right now, but you gotta work real hard. I know you want it to be easy, so let your guard down. And I say, see it in your mind, trust that, have what it takes inside, 'cause you can make it too. If not says
Okay, so now I'm going to get started on our dinner. I don't know about y'all, but I struggle so much with dinners. I just have the hardest time with ideas and keeping variety going and all that, on top of the fact that I don't want to take the time to cook. I don't know. I don't enjoy dinners, but I needed to get something figured out and I had no plan this morning. I'm horrible about that, where I'm like, I don't know, we'll figure it out. So I love to have the crock pot going on days like today. It was a cold, gray, wet day. And I just like to have the crock pot going. It just makes the house smell so good. And then crock pots, of course, throw it all in there and you're good to go. So we love pasta fagioli soup. I'm going to link the recipe below, but this was just sort of a take on it. I couldn't do it exactly like the recipe. I was just working with what we had on hand, but I really, really love this soup. And I love to share recipes with you guys and watching cook and clean with me videos and getting new ideas and whatnot. So if you guys are interested, the recipe is in the description box below, but this is one of our family's favorites. Nathan and I really, really love this soup. The kids do pretty well with it. There's of course some things here and there that they're kind of picky about, but for the most part, they do really well with it. And we usually just top it with cheese and then enjoy it with toasted sourdough bread or something like that. And it goes over really, really well with our crowd. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. It's like 1:30 in the afternoon and I just wanted to get that going so that dinner was going to be taken care of as well.
As I try to make my way through the crowd, feeling alive. I love being by your side. It makes me shine. We got one summer, so let's make it.
Okay, so now that I've got the dinner going, I needed to get started on cleaning up the school areas. So Warren had finished his school, which is why he was hanging out with me when I was getting the dinner ready. He is my kindergartner, so he's usually the first one done, and he really enjoys helping me clean up. So I always involve him in cleaning up the office area. This is where he does his schoolwork. He sits at that table and whatnot, and he enjoys vacuuming, and you guys can see he's a little trooper when it comes to that vacuum because the suction on it is actually really strong. That's the Dyson V10 Absolute. So it takes quite a bit of effort for him and it's a little workout for him, but he is a trooper with it and he loves to help me out with that. I also had our laundry come through, so I just wanted to get my clothes and my husband's clothes put away while Nora and Dane finished up their last lessons, and then I'm going to get their areas cleaned up as well.
Things alright. Let's dance our problems away in the night. Love being right next to you. You'll be on my mind. I'll be dreaming about this till the end of time. We are young, we are free, down for the ride. Might be over tomorrow, but we got this day forever. Do you hear that sound? Can you feel the music? Let's get wild. We're magic, you and I. They call us reckless, but we don't mind. We got one summer, so let's make it count. You make me feel like everything's alright.
So the floors are probably the only thing that I will grit my teeth and bear and leave them until more towards the end of the day, just because I cannot stand having to sweep or vacuum the kitchen floors. I don't mind the carpets. I don't know what it is because I will use the Dyson obviously in the kitchen as well. So I will vacuum the kitchen. It's not like I'm stuck to only sweeping it, but for some reason, I just don't like having to come in here multiple times a day if I can avoid it. So I don't like cleaning them up in the mornings and then having to do it again in the afternoon, and then usually you got to do it again at night. So most of the time, I do leave it until the end of the day, and you guys can see by the end of their school day, it is very, very much needed. There was so much stuff on this floor, and I could have pulled the Dyson out. I've actually never had any trouble with the battery dying. It wasn't that. It's just sometimes the broom seems to pick up a little bit more, especially from the corners. The Dyson doesn't do as good a job of pulling everything away from the edges and the baseboards and things. So I just decided to use the broom today. And then the stainless steel appliances as well, they just needed to get wiped down really, really bad. And I'm using the Simple Truth Organic, I don't even know what it's called. I don't usually use this stuff, but the glass cleaner. So I mentioned in my last video that it's fine, but I don't love it. I will sometimes use Windex. My favorite product though would be the Method Glass and Surface Cleaner. But Grove Collaborative is actually out of it. I, for some reason, thought that I had ordered some on this last order, but it didn't arrive. And I was like, wait a minute, what? And I went onto their website and yeah, they're out of it. So I wasn't able to get it this last time. So I am just going to use the rest of the Simple Truth organic, I don't know, whatever this stuff is called, the glass cleaner, even though I don't love it, but I have it on hand, so I'm going to get through it. And then hopefully before too long, I'll be able to order some of the Method glass and surface cleaner, because that is my favorite product for mirrors and windows and my stainless steel appliances. Okay, so at this point, Avi was still napping. She actually napped really long today, and it worked out pretty well. The kiddos and I were able to come up and get everything tidied up. I do try to clean the house up in the last like half hour or 45 minutes or so before my husband gets home. It definitely doesn't happen every day of the week, but on Fridays going into the weekends, I try to make sure the house is as clean as possible. So I wanted to bring the kiddos up here and just tidy up the playroom. Their rooms were still pretty clean from when we had picked up earlier in the day. And then we're going to come into the bathroom as well. I'm not going to do like a full clean, but the sink was pretty dirty. And of course the toilet, that's something that I try to hit every couple of days. So I wanted to come in here with them, and with their bathroom, I do involve them in the chores and whatnot. So they are supposed to clean up their toothpaste and wipe down the sinks, every evening and stuff. That has not happened the last couple of nights. As you can see, the toothpaste was really, really bad. And then I come in and just oversee and help with, the mirrors and things like that. But Dane is in here. It was kind of his afternoon to help with me. So he's taking care of the sink, and then I'm going to clean off the mirror and the toilet and whatnot.
How'd you do? I'm not broken, I'm just split in two. Hope you're fine, ain't got time to do everything you said you would. Frames of the past and the memory of you just come running by. Pictures of sunny days with your smile in the bar. How could they say I was broken? How could they say you made me come undone? Now I know that it's okay. Unlike my friends, you are nothing like them. How could they say I was broken? How could they say you made me come undone? Now I know that it's okay. Unlike my friends, you are nothing like them. Try to be cool, even wear that shirt you wanted to. My friends think I'm lame. Since I met you, I am not the same. It was not meant to be a fairy tale with a happy end. Girl, you take care now. I hope we can be friends.
All right, so we are getting everything wrapped up. It is just about 4:30 or so my husband's going to be coming home. The last thing that I needed to do was just put the noodles in. They are going to take about a half hour or so just to soften up, and then dinner is going to be ready. And then I'm just going to get my load of towels in. I also do like the table runners and things like that in this load. These only get washed every couple of days or so because I do like to wash them by themselves. I don't mix them in with the rest of our laundry. So I wanted to get those washed up, and then we are going to have the house ready for the evening. And I love the nights that this happens. Like I said, it's not every single day, but I absolutely love it when the house is completely clean and organized and tidied up and ready for the weekend, for the night routine. It just helps me relax, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this and got a lot of motivation, and that it's just going to help you guys with maybe your Fridays or whatever days you like to use to just get the house totally, completely cleaned up. I absolutely had so much fun filming this and bringing you guys along because it's just a really real look at my day and kind of how I do it all throughout the day with their homeschooling and with 4 kiddos and whatnot. So I hope you guys found this super fun and enjoyable. I absolutely love to watch videos of moms just showing how they get it done. So thank you very much for all of your support, you guys. I love you all so much. I will see you with my next video.